Hello everybody, thanks for stopping back by Wild Bird Creative. Going to make a quick piece today using some of the scraps that I have left from when I cut my 9x12 watercolor sheets down. So we're just going to dive right in. We're going to start with our color box ink and this wonderful stamp that is from, gosh, I can't even read what it says, but it's a great stamp called Text Collage. I've had it for a long time, and it just has a real variety of different texts on it. And I don't really care that it isn't going to cover the entire background because I'm going to be putting things over it. So let me set that aside. You can see this just leaves a little bit on the edge. Now I have a scrap of paper here. This is an old pharmacy bag. And when I was cleaning off a stencil, I simply stamped off the extra onto it. And it gives me a nice bit of background to work with. I'm just going to trim it up. And we'll start getting our pieces down. Again, this is all background stuff. It can all get covered up. And I'll just cut off those pieces when I'm ready. Let me tear these and let's see. Let's do this one next. I love that bright green. I'm going to take this piece and immediately put it right to the other side on this one. No scrap goes to waste if I can help it. Let me move them forward. And let's go with this next strip. Trim off at least these pieces on the top and the bottom. And here we are, the last one. I'm going to use this middle stretch here. That way each one has the same theme running through it, but each one is also different. That helps keep the eye moving, but also ties all the pieces together so that if I decide to frame all of these, mat them up and put them together, they'll work together. They won't look like four separate pieces being thrown into a frame. And I can't stress enough how nice it is to have pieces like this all ready to go, so that when the mood strikes you and you want to create, you can just dive right in. and you're not waiting for things to dry. Now the next thing I have is another pre-printed piece, and this was just simply gold paint where I cleaned off the stencil onto a piece of pattern paper. I think I want it on this one actually. Okay, just getting it stuck down. This one I'll trim right up because I'm going to continue with that piece. Again, let nothing go to waste. Use up your scraps. Let's see, I mean, I've got a whole sheet of this. I've got a lot. So even if I don't find the one that I want to put here, I can find a similar one. I think I want to just tear this guy though. Throw that into my scrap heap. And I think I'll just put this guy like that. Flip it over. Flip this over. I know it's not exciting to watch me trim things. But it does keep it so that as you're looking at it, you can see where things are going. Okay, let's do this whole piece. This almost gives it a gold leaf effect, which I really like without the mess of gold leaf or the expense. I mean, this is just high metallic paint. That's all it is. Okay, we're on to the very last one. Let me set that aside. And let's do, I think what I want is to do a strip right down the very middle. So I need a thinner piece. And this may take a couple of tries to get it the way I want. We'll see. I want it to be just the right size to fit in here. I can get my hand out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. Let's see if I can make this guy a little bit thinner. Without losing the little flowers. There we go. That is what I needed. And I'm just going to put the glue right on here because it is getting thin. There we are. Smooth it down. I'm going to have all these lovely little bits of gold, and I will put them into my special tray where I keep all my bits and pieces. So there we are. We've got a beautiful base going on here. Now what I want to do is add some more detail using a rubber stamp. Now these are my Tim Holtz fragment ones. So I've got to decide what I want and where I want them. And I think this is the one that I'm going to want. So let's get started. Let's go with a sepia because I don't want it to overpower what's peeking through. Give it a good press down. There we go. You can see there's just a nice bit of detail. I think I want this side on this one. See, that little bit of green still pokes through, and that's all you really want, just a bit of the detail. Okay, so there we go. We are coming up on the end. The last thing I'm going to do are use my Chinese chops that I've had for years and years, and I'm just going to add one to each. So there is wisdom. Here is peace. And what's this one say? Strength. Let's do harmony. And love. And there we go. Set these aside to wipe up. And there you are. Just some really quick pieces. And they are ready to be put into a frame or dropped into a card. I'm going to just ink the edges just to frame them out a little bit. Just gives them a nice fresh edge, darkens it a little bit. Pretty quick though. All scraps because I had prepared the things ahead of time. Just makes things go faster. So there we are. Let me turn them. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for stopping by. Wild Bird Creative.